Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and this is Cosmic Tarot. This is going to be a collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus reading. Eat the meat, spell the bones, take what resonate, leave the rest behind. Alright guys, this is just a general message reading for the Cosmic Gang. King of Swords in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. Someone could be wanting to apologize. It may not have been their first choice for some reason. Six of Pentacles tried to flip out. Yeah, this person's having a hard time having an equal give and exchange with you. This is someone here who, I don't want you to feel offended, but this person did not take you seriously. This person did not see you as someone who, I'm feeling like this is an older relative who has to admit that you were correct about something and they were wrong, but they don't know how to apologize or do that to them. Like they've never, this person knows that they've wronged you, and this person knows that in order for the relationship to get back to where they would want it to be, that they would have to be the person to pioneer the repairing of this connection. And they see now that you fully will not submit. Like you will not just, let bygones be bygones. You can't just, this person wants to just have access to you, or, be able to breadcrumb you with things, and then you'll just like, pick up the clues. It's the, oh man, I really, yeah, I got this project I'm doing over at the house. It could be like a dad or an aunt or anybody really. Mother, father, whomever, grandparent even, And it's like, oh man, I got this project I'm working on. I could, da-da-da-da-da. You're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like you're not, oh, well, I get off work after 4. I can come over and I can help you cut down, or I can help you do this, or I can help you do this, or I can do that. Or, it's like, no, you're not doing that. Like you're not running over across town to help screw in light bulbs, or move this counter from here to here, or do this or do that, when this person who is supposed to be, family, right? Whatever, relative, whomever. It doesn't even have to be blood. It could just be someone in your life. You're no longer putting up with people who don't make effort for you. And the Queen of Swords here, this is very much how they see you, as this person here with this, you're just cutting people out. And like the Nine of Swords here is them like, they're gonna have to either, I keep hearing the word abscond, which does not necessarily apply to the situation, because that's about, evading. I think this person is trying to like evade maybe like spiritual jail, or avoid a spiritual, this person is trying to avoid their karma for their treatment of you. Yeah. Okay. I haven't pulled a card, but I just intuitively was picking that up. Okay. It's just, that's how this works. There's the King of Swords again. Okay. Yeah. King of Swords in reverse. This is someone here who is cold. They could be a little bit, relentless when it comes to forgiveness. This is someone here who is a little arrogant, in my opinion. This is someone who is very, matter-of-factly, no emotions, very tactless. This isn't someone here who is taking other people's emotions into consideration when they say certain things. And to me, it's giving intellectual bully. It's the, what I'm saying isn't wrong, and you can't argue them, right? They're not saying anything wrong, but it's the manner in which they deliver it. There's no, compassion with it. There's no empathy. It's just very blunt, hard truth. And, I've been known to kind of be like this, you know what I mean? And it doesn't make the other person receptive to what you're trying to say. It doesn't make the other person feel like this light is not Who did it? No, it's too serious. Okay, sorry. I feel like this energy doesn't make the other person too receptive to really listening to what you're saying. So when you're like, oh yeah, well, you have all this childhood trauma, and that's why your parents did da, and the reason why you act like this is because of this, da, da, da. And you're like, ooh, ouch, ooh, damn, bitch, hold up, stop, pull it back some. You know what I mean? Like, you just read somebody down to the ground, and okay, yeah, you was right, and yes, like I said, I am guilty of doing this. I am not sitting here acting like I'm innocent. I've been on both sides. And it does not feel good to be read the fuck down to the ground. It does not. It does not. It does not feel good. But sometimes, when a bitch clock that T, it's just, that's what it is. It is what it is. Ouch. You right, ho. You know what I mean? And, it takes a big person to be like, yeah, you right. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't let you be right. A lot of people don't want other people to be right. And so maybe I feel like you gave this person a taste of their own medicine in a nice, nasty way. And what I mean by that, like, if this is an older relative, obviously you can't clock their tea, right? You can't say any, respectfully, I don't feel like you did anything disrespectfully. I don't feel like you said anything directly here. The Knight of Cups here and the Two of Cups in reverse. I think you just distributed your affections toward this person. I think you have been kind of like distant from this person. Okay, well, since you don't respect my beliefs and how I feel about things, then we can just keep it very brief. We can keep it very, mutually, distant from each other. Christmas and Thanksgiving, and maybe a little family, outing once or twice a year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, like, you see this person 5-6 times a year max. And honestly, and that's too much for you, to be honest. But to this person, they really, these could be multiple people too, but it's giving like an older masculine energy where this person is, wanting a deeper connection here with you. But it's like y'all have two very different love languages, two very different ways of expressing yourselves. Like, you could be more of a introverted private person, where this person wants to have complete access to your personal life. And it's like, for me, I find that some family members, in my opinion, they do not have good boundaries, or they don't respect my boundaries until I have to, it's like I wouldn't have a problem with, being friends with certain family members on, Facebook or Instagram. But my thing is just like the hovering around every post, every story, everything. It has to be, full front, like, want main character energy all over my stuff. It's like I can't, you know what I mean? It's like you want to, I don't know about for me, but like, I like to compartmentalize certain groups of friends. Like, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's a me thing where, I feel like, there's things I talk about with my friends that I wouldn't necessarily talk about with my family, right? I wouldn't talk about relationships or, smacks or things like that with my family because I just don't know. But, with my friends and stuff, that's cool. That's a different type of relationship. I'm not going to sit up and have a conversation about partners and certain things with, like, my mom and dad and all that stuff. We may have, like, conversations about, like, who you're dating or, stuff like that. Or it's not like, oh, yeah, well, we're having this trouble. Like, I'm not, no. I mean, some people have that relationship with their parents, and that's good for them. Awesome. Love that for you. I don't have that boundary. And I feel like when it comes to social media, like, there has to also be that boundary, even in the digital world, where, and I don't post anything risque or crazy on my social media, but, every time I post a picture, I don't want my mom, oh, look at my baby, he's so cute, like, like, that kills the momentum, you know what I mean? It's like when you were, maybe it's because my generation, like, whenever we would be on social media, like when a grandma would post on the picture, you're like, that would kill the vibe. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And I feel like, these people here, they don't respect that boundaries. It's just like they just want complete and total access to your personal and everyday life. The Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. Yeah, if it was up to these people, it's like these people want to be in a relationship with you almost to the point to where, like, they rather you be single just so you could be I don't know. They feel like maybe, you would leave the family if you were to get to another family or some shit like that. I don't know, girl. I don't know, boy. It's just the devil in reverse. This person has an ego, a big, big, big ego here, and they live out of fear and and it brings out a side of you that you don't even like, because if you're like me, like, you're pretty chill. Like, you're a pretty chill person. But when you get around family, it's like, when I get around my family, it's like this other side of me comes out. And it's like this uncomfortable, like, they really fuck up my nervous system. And I don't want to be one of those millennials who is like, I'm protecting my mental health and I'm going to go no contact, which there's nothing wrong with that. I was just watching this podcast from Oprah today about the concept of going no contact, and she had one of these ladies on there. Her name was Lindsay Gibson or something like that, and she wrote this book called Adults of Emotionally Immature Parents or something like that. I actually have that book, and I had bought that book years ago, back when my mother was staying with me for a couple months on my couch. Anyway, and it's just a bunch of collections of stories from her clients, and the names will change, all that stuff. And basically it just talks about how, the millennial generation, or people nowadays, and Gen Z and stuff, the self-identification is a lot more that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to say prevalent, but like our sense of personal identity is a lot stronger now than it was, in the 70s and 50s and 60s and stuff, where it was more about the family, identity, and, what clan you belong into, where now it's more of your personal identity and, like, personal political identity, and not, I'm from a Republican family or a Democrat family or you know what I mean? It's just, now we live in a more individual. And I think, they said that, of course they said social media plays a big part of that, and I think it does. I think the internet allows us to connect to a particular group that we can find more accessibly now. Where back in the earlier, days, people had to kind of really go out their way to create connections with people. But now you can make a connection with someone online, even though people say this is the less connected generation ever. It is what it is. I feel like people are more in tune with what they want, and so we do have like this selfish. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being selfish. I think there's something wrong with being so self-focused that you fear, other people. You don't make connections, or you want to make things go your way to the point to where you manipulate other people. I think that's the problem here. And I think this person here and you have this kind of like this, or your family in particular here. And this is a patriarch or someone here who has like a high rank within the family organization. It could be you even. I don't know. This could be how people see you. So I feel like I think this is what's going on. I think people see you the way you see them, in terms of like adversarial, where like they feel like you are a threat to their beliefs, and you feel like they are a deterrent to what you believe. Like, it's like they want to reform you while you want to liberate yourself from them. So it's like the more you push away, it's like the more they want you to pull in, because they feel like they're losing you, because they keep trying to pull you back in, but they won't take you serious though. Or not that they won't take you seriously. It's just like they know that you're not like them, but they don't want you to not know that. Does that make sense? Like, they don't want you to know that they know that you're not like the rest of the people in the family. They know that you're different, but they don't want you to know that. And they're afraid that you're figuring out that you're different than even them. And, that difference has always posed a threat in their mind for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, this King of Cups in reverse. They like you when you're like this docile, kind of like, you know, beta, in my opinion, or submissive person in the dynamic, where they want to groom you to be the next false alpha, beta, delta, gamma, theta person. Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles here. Yeah, I think you're rejecting this dynamic. You don't want to be set up to be the the one that has to plan every getaway or vacation here. Yeah, this person wants to unload these burdens onto you. They're like, oh, well, you know what? Now it's time for you to start hosting and doing all these things for the. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't even want to do this over at your house. Like, the fuck, I want y'all to come over to my place and do this shit. I don't want. No, hell no. Fuck no. Fuck like that Chris Brown meme. Fuck no. Like, you hosting Thanksgiving next year? Fuck no. Hell no. No. Like, that's how you feel. I ain't never hosting. Let me tell you something. You niggas will never come over to my house. Not you, Cosmic. Not y'all. I'm talking about, you know, certain people. They know who I'm talking to. If y'all shadow watching me, exactly. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Don't ask to come over because you're not ready. Like, don't be inviting yourself over to my house. I don't invite you over here because I don't want y'all to be over here. I don't want y'all, like, because the way y'all be acting, you're like, oh, tapestry, but oh, what's all this demonic? Oh, Lord, he got pit. Like, don't even come out. I don't even want to be bothered. I don't even want to be bothered with it. You know, and that's my perception of them. You know what I mean? But maybe, you know, my limited thinking of them. Maybe these people have changed. Doubt it, though. You know. Ooh. Sun in reverse. Yeah, these people are drained. I feel like, you know, they're really unhappy. They're really upset because you seem to have a disconnected energy. Like, you yourself, you know, they can be the King of Swords in reverse, but you're the King of Cups in reverse. Like, you are not emotionally, you're very short. Like, you're not, oh, how are you doing? I'm good. Everything's cool. Oh, okay, yeah. So where are you working at? You know, I'm just, but I tell them, oh, I'm just doing insurance. Oh, okay, how was that? And it's not the best, but, you know, it's getting the job done. You know, you're not giving too much. You're keeping it very, you know, and you're not over here, oh, how are you doing? And you don't give a shit. I don't care. You breathe in cool, awesome sauce. The Hermit here in reverse. Yeah, you're like in isolation mode. I feel like you have really isolated yourself from a lot of energies here. It's almost like, I feel like you yourself are a little paranoid because I feel like whatever it is that you are manifesting or you are isolating yourself to manifest is worth protecting. And you just kind of want to make sure that the people around you aren't going to, you know, wish bad on you here. And there's someone here who is absconding. Okay, they are trying to run from spiritual jail because they have karmically been sending you shards of negativity. Yeah, see this Seven of Swords here and the Ace of Wands. You know what I mean? Like, they are trying to steal or, you know, take away whatever this blessing is from the universe that is connected with you. And so, like, if you feel, there's a Magician in reverse, yeah. So there's the Ace of Wands. What the fuck? Like, so if you, I was literally about to say, so if you feel like your manifestations have been slowed, have not been coming in, now you know why. These people are trying to reroute your blessings. Why is Collective, you know, getting all these followers on their channel? How come my shit isn't blowing up? How come Collective is you know, getting the jobs and getting all the likes and the shit on their photos? How come my shit's not blowing up? How come Collective just got a new car? I was trying to get a new car too, you know? And it's like, oh, you think you're gonna move? Okay, well, now I want to move. You know, it's all these one-sided competitions here. And it's like I said in what was that Aries video? It's like, if you focused on me and I'm focused on me, baby, who focused on you? That's why your life is stalling, because why is you focusing on me? And, you know, we're not focusing on them. I'm just giving you the information. so you can go and protect yourselves here, because when it comes down to it, these people could be weird. And honestly, you know what? It could be this too. I could see this. I don't think this is what's happening, but they may try to spin it this way, where it's like, they thinking that worrying about them. Meanwhile, maybe they are only so focused heavily on you to protect them. And but I think they take it to a different level though, because you don't wish nothing bad on nobody. You're not wishing that they don't be successful. You're not wishing that they get divorced or that they get fatter or lose weight or whatever. You're not wishing none of that on them people. But these people are upset when good things happen to you. When good things happen to them, it's not like you're like, you know what I mean? You're happy, You're like, okay, well, good for them. Maybe that'll make them be a nicer person. Or actually, I hope they really enjoy it. You know what I mean? So, a little backhanded a little bit. But, at the same time, the good shit's happening for you, too. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Oh, this is a couple. This could be a very... You could just be having people here who just... they don't want to let you go. Someone feels very entitled to you. It could, like I said, family. This sounds like family to me. In this family season, the holiday season is family season. So here comes all the kids that got to deal with, the parents who pushed them too hard. And, you've been in school all semester. Now you got to come home and talk about what? School. Because at the end of the day, are these people really interested in your personal life? Or are they interested in, how successful you look so they could post pictures of you on Instagram and Facebook and stuff? Because a lot of our parents, a lot of the older generations, as they get older, they care less about personal things and more about, public things, what people can see, what people are going to say, post pictures of the grandbabies. Five of Pentacles here, yeah. So while you are isolating, these people are out there left in the cold, feeling rejected. They don't know what's going on with you. King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. They could be also in this very nasty energy of, I could see you being in the past, I feel like if you've ever had to go without or struggle, and you've had family members who were in positions where they could have helped you, but maybe their way of helping was you had to go through some humiliation ritual. You had to kind of really, and no, I'm going to say this. If someone asks for money, they want to borrow some dollars and they've never been someone to kind of really take advantage of you, I think it's pretty... Now, granted, you do what you want with your money. It's your money. But I've never 20 questioned someone why they needed $40, here or there. I never really wanted to go through the whole, well, let's do a financial audit and ask. And I think sometimes it's embarrassing to ask for money for most people. Most people who don't really ask for money, for me it is. And then, certain people, maybe they 20 question you. They went, well, why do you need that? What happened? How come you did it? It's just and that's a little bit of your pride, because if you really want it, you're going to answer them damn questions. And you probably end up doing it, right? Or you'll end up taking out a loan that you end up paying $80 for $40. But it's the whole... Well, if you want this money, you're going to answer these questions, and I'm a fucking, nickel, and I'm going to... and then someone loans you $40, and then they turn around and want to throw in your face. Well, remember I gave you $40. You wasn't then when you needed $40, and it's wow, you know what I mean? And so it's they kind of can be like that. And so when they exhibit that kind of attitude, or they're kind of people who bring stuff up, it makes the situation, it makes the dynamic feel transactional, and no one wants to have a transactional family member. No one wants to deal with transactional ass fucking family members. Hold on, let me put that. Let me rephrase that. listen, people will put up with transactional family members when they need a transaction. No one's hanging out with the ATM just for funds and shits, okay? So if you want to be treated like an ATM, just know that people are only going to want to be around you when you're being an ATM. And if you want to act cold and just distant and be a mean asshole to people, don't be. People aren't going to want to hang out with, people don't want to hang out with their ATMs when the ATM's talking mean to them. You know, and don't be an ATM if you don't want to help people genuinely. And I'm not saying just, you know, be a doormat either. I'm not saying that either. But I'm saying if you lure people with money, and I'm not saying you do, people who do that, they shouldn't be surprised that people don't want to be around them. When you know, talk down and you use your money as a way to be superior, yeah, you're going to have to pay for your friends because no one's going to really want to be around people like that. Except for other people like that. And so you're basically around a whole bunch of people you don't really like. And I think that's just for what? For appearances? You don't have time for that, collective. Queen of Swords, yeah, and Two of Swords here. You were blind to maybe a lot of the bullshit that these people put you through. And his Six of Cups and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Like I told you, these people are having a hard time facing the reality of that. Not you. Everybody can't be controlled with money. Everybody cannot be controlled with money. You cannot. Knight of Cups here in reverse. Exactly. You are pulling back your love, your energy. Like, you know, these messages of like, listen, like once you get to a financial secure place yourself, your relationship with these people changed because of one, you know, maybe when you were younger, you did have to be a little more, you know, submissive because you did need the money. College student, yeah, maybe you didn't want your parents to cut you off, so you listened a little bit. You did, well, you know, if you don't study business, then we're not paying for school. You wanted to be a chef or whatever, you know, even though you see what I'm saying here? So, yeah, you went and got the BFA because it was like that, or your parents were going to just make you do it on your own, which it is what it is. I wouldn't give up a free full ride. But if that's not what you want to do, now you got a BFA, you're working in accounting or finance or whatever. Maybe you make a fuck ton of money, but you're not happy because you're not doing what you want to do. You still have it to, you know, acquiesce and submit to your family group because they wanted a son who was making 6+ figures, not cakes, and being happy with his life, you know. Or maybe your parents don't like your lifestyle. And I hate when people say being gay is a lifestyle. It's not really a lifestyle. It's a sexual orientation. Like, and then it creates, I guess, a different dynamic in how people live their lives, of course, but it's not like vegan. You know, it's not like, today I just decided to go vegan, or I decided to go gay today. I decided to go bi today. I decided to go lesbian today. Like, you know, I'm just going to cut out, you know, penis. I'm just going to cut out vagina and just be, you know, it's not the same as being vegan or pescatarian, you know, or having a gluten allergy or some stupid shit like that. It's so much deeper than that. It's the identity. It's not a lifestyle choice. It's not, A lifestyle choice is being in a sorority or fraternity. A lifestyle choice is, hell, in my opinion, deciding to have children. That's something that you choose to do. That's a lifestyle choice. Okay? When you say lifestyle, you have to imply that is a choice. You don't have to be gothic. You don't have to wear all black. Sorry, just my own little fight against microaggressions right there. That's how you see it. That's how I kind of see it. But not to make this personal here, but I feel like, you know, these people, you're no longer going to sit around and let people dictate how you express yourself, live your life, even if it isn't something as extreme as, you know, being part of a community that they may not agree with. It could be something as simple as you know what? I'm not whooping my kids. And I don't want you spanking my kids when they come over here. You need to. I'm not saying you can't reprimand them. I'm just saying please do not put your hands on my kids. That's something that I am still going through as an adult. You know, maybe you had a parent, and I'm not saying me personally. I'm just speaking as someone else. Maybe you had a parent who, you know, I know a lot of people who have parents who, you know, they just beat. They just start hitting you or something. Like, you know, everything was a whooping, every little thing was a spanking, every little thing was a tap, every little thing. Or maybe it wasn't just a tap, maybe it was straight up fist fights. You know, I don't. Some people, I've seen all kinds of stuff. I was a teacher for 10 years. Okay, I was a teacher for 10 years. I know. I'm sorry, but that's how I sound in my head. I was a teacher for 10 years. Okay, don't do that. I swear, one day I saw this boy, and it's so sad because that's like, I would be embarrassed as both the parent and the child, but the boy straight up squared up with his mama, okay, and she, bing, bang, boom, 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 and he, I'm like, I mean, that boy was just, he graduated what, this year or last year? I think he graduated back. I think he graduated in 25 or 24. Yeah, I think he graduated in 25. Yes, he did. He did. A really good kid. I saw him go from freshman, immature as hell, and then like you see that, and you're like, well, damn. You know what I mean? Like, then some of the things that he would say about women, and like I would be like, I remember I emailed his father because he would make some of the most disparaging comments about women, and yeah, I'm gonna go there. You know, I would even tell some of the other male teachers, and they just kind of like, and I'm like, he's talking about like unaliving and like abusing and, you know, R wording, and I don't. He's talking to little 14, 15-year-old girls, and they didn't. I don't know. It was just it made me feel uncomfortable. And, you know, I told his father, and, you know, I hope they had a conversation. There's just certain things that I do feel like as a teacher is up for the parents to discuss. I respect boundaries, and there's a place to be a teacher, and, you know, I do give my 2 cents, but then there's also you need to have a talk with your son because you are his father, and that's your role. So I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. Anyway, where was I going with all that? You know I love to talk, y'all. You know I love to talk. Let's see. Let's go back here. Let's wind it back. I was talking about family dynamics here. Yes, you know, maybe you choose not to put your hands on your kids because you got, you know, y'all was having fist fights up in the school and shit. You don't want that for you and your kids. So you're not going to let certain dynamics repeat themselves here. And you can come back on, please. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Two of Cups here. Yeah. You are healing. You have a new connection here. Either with yourself, or this is out in the 3D. And then this isn't family. This is a multitude of things, okay? This is going to be a multi-faceted reading because you're a multi-faceted person here. With this King of Cups and the Two of Cups here, I feel like you do have a twin flame connection with someone in your family, and it doesn't have, not romantically, but just in a mirrored energy, where this person here is mirroring behaviors that you need to pay attention to within yourself, just like you are mirroring characteristics that they need to pay attention to within themselves, both good and bad. Which is bad, which is good, which is bad, which is good, right? Because it's letting you see, oh, wow, the things that I don't like about this person, these are things that I need to work on in myself. Oh, the things that I do like about this person, that's what I need to continue to keep doing. The Fool in reverse. Oh my goodness, here. You're afraid to take a leap of faith with this new beginning in love here, the Hierophant and the Chariot. Ooh. Long distance love, long distance union. There could be a lover coming in, and you could be really afraid for this connection to bloom or blossom. You're in a season where you're really focused on yourself. And it's like every time you go within to focus on you, like that's the time when somebody wants to, come in and try to sweep you off your feet. And you're like, God damn it. And they're like, why now? I just told myself I was going to be, abstaining from smacks. I was just telling myself I wasn't going to be doing this, and I'm not interested in dating. And here comes this fine ass motherfucker. Here comes this sexy lady. Here comes this person. And you're just like, hey, you know what I mean? And it's like, collective. You can't be mad people like you because you look good. Like, come on now. Like, can you blame them? Look at you. I mean, what? What are they supposed to do? Just like not like you? Like, come on now. Like, they got eyes. These people got eyes. They know what they looking at. Like, these bitches ain't stupid. Like, these niggas ain't that dumb. You know what I mean? They know what they looking at. Like, come on now. What? You thought you was just gonna hide all that forever? Like, when nobody's supposed to, like, check you out at the grocery store? Like, you thought because you had on your bonnet that the motherfucker was gonna be like, ooh, like, come on, collective. You know you still that girl. You know you still fine. Like, come on now. They could see, look at that, the 10 of cups here. They could see underneath the bonnet they could imagine what's going on with the pajamas. They know what's underneath that. They know what's going on. They ain't scared of it. Oh, she just came out to get a Sprite. She ain't trying to do nothing. That's better. You're not full beat in a bodysuit to go pick up some kitty litter and a bag of I don't know, potatoes from the Piggly Wiggly. Like, you said, I'm finna run in here with these sweatpants with bleach stains on them from cleaning the tub a couple weeks ago. And, I might put on a few spurts of this little cheap, body spray because I don't feel like scrubbing just to go pick up no damn sugar now. I need to make these cookies or whatever. I'm here to just pick up a little bit of this, a little bit of that, You're not going out nowhere. You're not about to go out for brunch with the girls. You're not going down to the disappointment. You run into the Piggly Wiggly to get some bacon and biscuits. Like, come on now. And even then, but people still was like, yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I know you was done up. I know if you was done up, I'd be like, damn. So like even in your bleach stained sweatpants, people still see your beauty, your value, your worth. You could be a dude, you could have a 99 Honda, and there's someone here who's like, you know what, I know that's his weekend car. That's his to and fro from work. He got a Maserati somewhere. He got a Audi out in the garage. That's just his. He finna run into town real quick. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody over here tripping over no shit like that. Not no personal substance. Anybody, I'm telling you, my goal, I'm gonna keep my car forever. And if when I get a new car and that one's still working, I'm gonna have that one. Because why'd I get rid of that car? And it makes no sense to trade it in. It's a 2014 Ford Focus with 135,000 miles on it. Hopefully, Lord willing, I keep that car for another 10 years. Because, like I said, if I turn that key over and they go vroom, I'm happy. If it makes it from A to B without cutting off, I'm happy. So don't judge somebody's worth by their material possessions. Some people don't necessarily, care about that kind of stuff. And the right people are going to know. They're going to notice you. They're going to see your soul. And like, you may not even physically change. You may have your spiritual glow is what's captivating these people here. And this Five of Pentacles is someone's feeling left out. And I feel like someone overlooked you, trying to be for the streets, trying to, isolate themselves. Or you isolating yourself is going to have you out here making people feel rejected because you're focusing on you and you're not. But I also want you to know that it's okay to take a chance with love. Exactly. Six of Wands here. But, what's the Six of Wands and the Five of Pentacles here? Oh, you wanted to make this person feel rejected. Oh, collective. Someone is being naughty. I think you wanted to make this person. This was your goal. Ooh, okay. This is getting a little dark. Your shadow. Is this a collective shadow reading? So maybe this is a shadow reading. Let's see. Page of Cups here. Yeah. This connection here with this family member, this lover, and family and or lover. Because I'm seeing multiple people now. I'm seeing multiple different, like I said, multifaceted, multi-people. There's several timelines here. Four of Cups in reverse. You accepted that something was over, something was not to be healed. To me, I'm picking up on a work friend, a friendship dynamic. Not necessarily has to be work, but a friendship dynamic nonetheless here. Yeah, you're not changing. You're standing on business. This person is upset, though. This person feels like you cut them out prematurely. You didn't give them enough grace. The Emperor in reverse and the Knight of Swords. This person has been going around telling people lies about you with this Emperor in reverse and the Knight of Swords. This is someone here who is coming out of ego. This is someone who wants to control the narrative, control the situation here. And the Knight of Swords, I feel like this person is, they're trying to keep up confusion here. They try to go around spreading lies on you, telling people shit that's not true about you, telling us everything is fine. Yeah. They're trying to play the victim here and then act like, they survived. Or surviving collective or some shit here. Like, meanwhile, you're in this King of Cups reverse energy. You focused on you. You ain't nobody getting shit for Christmas this year. Don't ask for nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Page of Swords in reverse. Oh, God. Get off my timeline. Ace of Cups here with the Seven of... They over here spying on your fucking Facebook and you out here setting up traps. You really are. Because let me tell you something. You setting the traps because you want people to see just enough to get a gaggle because that's your shadow self. You said if y'all gonna spy, let me show y'all something to spy on. If you gonna hate, like I said, if you gonna hate me, hate all of me. Don't hate just the good parts, the parts of you that are jealous. Hate all of me. Don't just hate the part of me that's glowing up. Hate the part of me that was struggling too, baby. Hate all of me. Hate the part of me that showed resilience in the face of adversity. Don't just hate the success. Hate all of me, baby. Hate all of it. Hate the struggle. Hate the success. Hate the reward and the hard work and the discipline. Hate all of it, baby. Hate all of it. Don't just hate me when I'm winning. Hate me when I was down, working hard to become a winner. Okay? And, some people get off to that. But this person here, they want to come around. And even if this person is sincere, you have moved on. It's so scary. Like Dua Lipa. Like, you just... I don't have time for fake people. It's not that I don't have time. I'm choosing to allocate my time somewhere differently. Because you know how to be fake when you need to be fake. At Thanksgiving, you can fake a smile. We could be cool. While I sit here and eat this turkey and this ham and this dressing and this cornbread and this and this that. Yes, we could be chill. But tomorrow, we're going to go back to acting like we don't talk anymore. Okay, just as long as we accept that this is the dynamic that we have chosen to participate in. Maybe something will eventually transform from that to a Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you are trying to balance out practicality, spiritual and emotional needs, what is going to be useful for you here. In the Page of Pentacles, this person wants to come towards you here, maybe with an idea or an offer here. The Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, you're on a tight shift here. And I don't think that you're open. Yeah, there's this betrayal. It cuts deep. So you're like closed off. This person could even feel betrayed by you because of your inability to want to move forward. They're like, well, damn, how long you going to be mad? Like, like what he said, you can't do mad by somebody and then tell them how, you can't do wrong by somebody and then tell them how mad to get. So, you can't, this person has created this dynamic here with the King of Swords, and their inability to like really own up to apologize to shit. And you're like, I'm not taking this. Like this Page of Cups and this Four of Cups in reverse, but this Nine of Cups in reverse. Like all these little cups in reverse. You have just been pouring out cups. You have just been pouring out. Just fuck this. I don't want this. Thank you. Like just. No, I don't drink no more. You're like, I don't drink. I'm cool. Thank you. Put that on the table right there. Yeah. Cut their ass off. 566. Yeah. What was at the bottom of the deck? Seven of Cups in reverse. These people are confused as to how you were able to just completely manifest. In your shadow side, it's to basically leave these people high up and just not give them anything. These people never poured into you, and that betrayal is stings. You know, this is the what's the African proverb? A child who is rejected will burn down the village to feel its warmth. Or something like that. Something like that. I'm not very good with that. But it's like that. It's like oh, y'all didn't want to, support me. You all want me to be this certain person here. And now, I see with this Two of Cups here, though. In some way, shape, or form, I feel like you are really here's the thing. I feel like you're open to giving people chances. But it's like you're open to giving them a chance just so they could prove to you their true intentions were never genuine. And that is a victory for you. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll take the bait, but here, I know it's a trap. You know what I mean? And like you're using this to really see like, yeah, I knew exactly. Yeah, I knew it. I knew this was a fucking trap. I knew you weren't on shit. That's why I never gave fully. So when this person is, it's like, okay, it's like some way comes back around for a second opportunity to get with you, right? And maybe you go out on a few dates and, this person is trying to clean it up. They're trying to do this. But then again, like, here comes the boom, the big the other shoe drops. And you're like, yep, I fucking knew it. Bye, I'm out. I'm like, wait, no. You're like, nope, I'm done. And it's like, you walk away winning because you didn't go for, you didn't let the heartbreak, you didn't let the trauma dump. You walked away from it. You said, no. You gave them an opportunity and they fucked it up again. Just like you knew they would. What's this person's intentions? Okay, the Strength, the Sun, and the Magician here. So this is good. This person really wants to have some type of happiness with you. At first, but then the Three of Cups and the High Priestess comes out. This person doesn't trust. This person is, yeah. These are all, damn. This person sees you as someone who is very strong and like you would make them happy and they would have a great time creating. And honestly, this is someone here who spiritually wants to just take your energy, and honestly, they don't. This person doesn't respect themselves. This person's kind of lazy, and I see them learning to kind of make changes here, but I feel like, this person just really, honestly, you know what, you don't really care for this person. What the problem is, you don't take this person serious anymore. You could be out there having fun, doing your own life, and you're just not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not entertaining this person's shenanigans. The High Priestess is them just shutting down. Yeah, that's what I see. I see you. What are you walking towards? Oh, shit. Ten of Cups in reverse. You're walking away from this fucked up family dynamic, but you're walking away happy, with like victoriously. Yeah, because you're a new one here. Oh shit, yeah. You left one family for a better one. Look at this. So you left this. This is the out with the toxic, this group of friends, this family, these coworkers, and now look what you got. You have independence. You have your own stability, your own in the independent success here. Not tied to other people here, and also connected with the union here. And it could be a very diverse family. You could be marrying someone here outside of your ethnicity, or maybe someone of a different cultural perspective. Doesn't even, you just you're doing something here, but it's going to be prosperous. And it all takes you. This is you, Page of Pentacles here. The ambition. You have the drive. You have the wherewithal. You have the knowledge here. And once you drop the dead weight, once you get rid of these, and I'm not trying to call your family dead weight, no disrespect, but these people were very in this like conniving, like they want to just talk shit, and like they just want to like, excuse me. Why were these people so happy? Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. They were happy for this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is sick. This is really sick. These people were happy because you fell on tough times. Things weren't going so hot for you. You may have been, this is during your transition. This is during your phase when you were shedding your ego, when you were going through the egoic death, when things were very scary for you. They loved that you needed to borrow money. They loved that you were, running around with a chicken like your head cut off. They loved that you had financial woes and that you had relationship issues and that you had put on some weight. They loved seeing you not feel good about yourself and being afraid, because you come off as so confident. And here they are with this Three of Cups and the Lovers. Nothing, in my opinion, like these people, they wanted to break you down because they thought that it would make you love them. Yeah. They felt like if you loved them, you would, they see you as this boss. They want you to take care of them and protect them. And they thought that they had you. They thought that this new reconciliation was going to put you back on the fucking shelf. They was going to be able to come to you and get what they wanted from you again. They thought that they had smoothed everything out again. This is a very manipulative group of people. These are people who are true users. Like when I say they are users in every shape of the word. These people want to use you, and they want to use your spirituality to their leverage. They want to leverage your spirituality to their benefit with the Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess here in reverse. They want to figure out how does all of this spiritual talk mumbo jumbo, how does that benefit me in my life? How can I make collective, oh, well, I don't really agree with that, but how can I benefit off of his monetized channel? How can I benefit off of their business? How can I benefit off of their healing journey? How can I benefit from them healing? Them healing and finding self-love and forgiveness is like my way back in to fuck shit up again. This is my round two, bitch. And now that I know that they feel about all of this forgiveness and they're not completely just gonna reject me, I can come back with more shit. I can come back with more fuckery. Now that I already know that they'll put up with bullshit, it's honestly, this is no tea, no shade. This is giving me the energy of if you forgive a man that cheats on you, don't be surprised when he cheats again. All the boo-hooing and crying, that bitch really fell for that shit. Okay. So all I gotta do is boo-hoo, cry, wait a couple weeks, maybe buy her a little something, then they'll be ready again. This is the family member, man. Okay, so 8 months is all I need to do is just go no contact, and this person will do exactly what I want again. Okay, cool, awesome, perfect. I only need them for about 4 months of the year anyway, so let me just go ahead and figure out. Okay, I'm gonna get them to do this and this and this, and then oh yeah, make sure that we on good terms by so and so birthday. That way I can make sure they come to the birthday because they always give good gifts. So yeah, I'm gonna cut them off after the baby shower because I want them to buy this for the baby because I know they're gonna do this and do this. Oh yeah, then we could use. It's like that, you know what I mean? And you're just like sitting back, waiting on them to actually prove to you that this is exactly how they act, and they're gonna do it, and you're gonna cut their asses off again. You're gonna go ghost. You're gonna fucking pull back. It's gonna be no more talking to them, and they're gonna be like, What happened?" And you're just like, "I told you. Like I was not fucking around with you." Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. So this was recent. So about 2 months ago, you kind of started to connect the dots to what was going on. New moon in Taurus. Because we just had new moon in... What's coming up? Is it new moon in Cancer? What's coming up next? Or is it new moon... New moon Sagittarius. Full moon Gemini. So new moon in Taurus. Okay, sorry, my bad. This was back in May. Excuse me, end of May. This is back at the end of May. When you started to kind of, whatever this person or this group of people were, the end to a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Okay, so this would have been in June-ish. Okay, because the full moon in Capricorn would have been in Cancer season. So this was June, July. Yeah. When you started pulling back your energy heavy. You know what I mean? Like it was very sporadic texts. So think about what was going on back then. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You started to kind of like, yeah, this isn't, ooh, my head. No contact, something. Your commitment is being tested. So by the first quarter moon, which is, when is that? Next week? Sometime next week? This is recent because we have the full moon coming up in Gemini in 2 days. Yeah, you really stay doing what you're doing right now. Like I said, your commitment is being tested. Are you going to pick you, or are you going to allow other people? You're picking you. Hold your vision. You're picking you. And then look at that. This energy that you're in now is going to last for a while. Even while you're still in this like isolation energy, this whatever it is that you're going through, these people are not healing. And then time to take action. New moon in Aries. So that... Oh, this could be all the way up until next October. If this is, the next new moon in Aries, we just had one about a year ago. So, about a month or two ago. Yeah, because we just had the new moon. I know it was a full moon in Aries. The new moon in Aries is going to be in April. Yeah. Y'all. Yes. This will be in April. So by April, things should be leveled out with this situation here with these people. You're going to be in a much better place around, Aries season. So this is going to be definitely around Aries season. It's going to be a good time for you. And you bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So by February, end of Aquarius season, you're gonna be having a really good connection with somebody here. I'm expecting you to be and love, loving life, being in love with your job, being in love with something here, okay? You're going to be living large next year. And it starts with you holding your ground, not letting these people get in your head, not letting people manipulate you into feeling sorry for them, not coming to save the day for everybody around you, not letting people make you feel bad for simply living a different life that is bringing you success and joy. Because if these people loved you, they would recognize that what you're doing makes you happy and is not hurting people. And honestly, what more should parents want? What more should your family want from you than for you to live a life that brings fulfillment and joy to you? And if they can't accept that, then they don't need to be a part of your life. And with the Queen of Wands and the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck, you have someone here who is, they see you as this very magnetic, attractive, vibrant, carefree, loving, passionate, abundant, even witchy, a little mystical, a little magical here. And this person wants to love on you. So you don't need to worry about who ain't doing what and who's not liking and supporting, because you got enough. And when I mean enough, you got at least one person. You got one solid, genuine ass person. And you know what? That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. You know, that's enough love. Someone who truly loves you, and I mean, so many people are surrounded by hundreds of people day to day, right? And how many of, some people, their best friend isn't their spouse. Their best friend isn't their mate. Their best friend is someone who's like curled up next to somebody else talking shit about them when they get home. And I'm not saying that to incite fear, because I know in this collective group, we shy away from those types of connections. We're not out here entertaining that lifestyle. We're not out here doing the corporate cutthroat, dog eats dog world where we just kind of, and a lot of people were conditioned to think that, gossiping was normal. And it's not, it's normal to be interested in other people, right? But this isn't gossiping. This is like conforming, trying to make people submit. This is someone here who wants to win at any cost. And people like that, those aren't your real friends. Competitive family members. People who want to see you do well, right? But they don't want you to see you. They don't want you to do better than them. And there's healthy competition. Oh, I like your night. Like the neighbors, maybe. Oh, so and so. They always have nice Christmas decorations. This year, I'm going to step it up a notch so I could be, maybe you're okay with, that's just the Johnsons. They always go above and beyond with the light shows. As a matter of fact, the kids love it. I love it for them. You know what I mean? I know their light bill's high as hell right now. Like that's healthy competition here. That's normal. This is, oh, you bought a new car? Are you trying to embarrass me? I just had to, and my light is on and I was not thinking about your check engine light when I bought a new car. Do you know how crazy you fucking sound? Like, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to stop talking to people like that. I'm going to stop talking to people who have to insert their problems into my successes. This is the congratulations on graduating from med school. You were a tough pregnancy. I carried you for 4 days and 4 nights, and you pushed, and you made me did it. And it's like, can you just say congratulations, Mom? Like, why'd you have to make it about you? The people who guilt trip you into, well, your brother needs some help. Can you let him stay with you for a couple nights? And y'all brothers. And it's like, this dude never takes responsibility for their actions. You're not going to be that person. Like, you're not going to be groomed to be the next family ATM simp. Okay? So these people, they don't really like you. They like what you can provide for them. literally, I should have just said that and saved you guys an hour and 4 minutes. But I have a feeling you liked this reading. So if you did, make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know how you all felt about this reading. And until next time, I love you guys. Drink water, be safe, and peace.